Thank you. Y'all are sweet. I don't know if y'all heard, but the Rangers won the World Series last week. As someone who grew up watching this team, loving this team, my godfather was Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay. I've grown up as a fan of this team. I've covered them for 19 seasons. The last 10, I have worked directly for the team. And I cannot tell you the amount of joy that this 2023 team brought me, my family, my friends, all of us, and brought all of us here together today. So I am so excited to be emceeing this event because this is my city. I grew up in Plainview, Texas, went to school at Texas Tech University, and when I got a job with Fox Sports Southwest, started in Dallas, fell in love with a dude from Fort Worth, and this has been our home where we raise our children for the last 15 years. And I love this community. I love seeing all of you here. I am so proud to share the freaking Commissioner's Trophy with my city. So thank you all so much. Thank you to Mayor Parker and her staff for organizing this event. Thank you to Billy Bob's for having us. This is the perfect venue on a rainy day to celebrate the best season in our franchise's history. I'm going to introduce all the special guests in just a moment, but at first I want to introduce Bob Jamieson, the president and CEO of Visit Fort Worth.
So I have to say, the lights are pretty bright up here. Are there any Fort Worth Rangers fans in the room? Congratulations to our hometown team, the Texas Rangers. We celebrate the team, the front office, and the incredible fans across the DFW Metroplex. When it comes to the Rangers, Fort Worth is all in. Fort Worth is a proud neighbor to the Texas Rangers and our friends in Arlington, and we are honored to be part of their story for all of these years. In 1972, Fort Worth played a role in the deal that brought the Texas Rangers to Tarrant County under the leadership of Arlington Mayor Tom Vandergriff. That tradition continues today with Mayor Ross and everyone who makes up Team Arlington. The World Series is such an iconic championship in American sports, and it brings economic impact, a spotlight, and excitement that other sporting events cannot imagine. We are now hard at work with the Rangers and Arlington planning the 2024 Major League Baseball All-Star Week. That will be another exciting time for our region, and we are proud to help host the thousands and thousands of fans. The Rangers' commitment and execution have led them to achieve success. It's impressive to witness their vision becoming a reality and delivering at long last a World Series championship to their fans. Thank you, Billy Bob's, for hosting us today. We know we'll be back here again celebrating soon. It's baseball time in Texas.
At this time, I'd like to introduce, I'll save the mayor for last, not just because it's her birthday, but because she's going to talk as well. But I want to introduce the city council members in attendance as well. District 2, Councilman Carlos Flores. District 3, Councilman and my councilman, Michael Crane. District 4, Councilman Charlie Lauersdorf. District 5, Councilwoman, I should say, and Mayor Pro Tem Gina Bivens, who is not in attendance with us today. District 6, Councilman Jared Williams. District 7, Councilwoman Macy Hill. District 8, Councilman Chris Nettles. District 9, Councilwoman Elizabeth Beck. District 10 Councilman Alan Blaylock, and District 11 Councilwoman Jeanette Martinez. Thank you all, City Council members, for being here with us today and for representing our city so well. And at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce my friend and the birthday girl and my mayor, Maddie Parker.
Hey, Fort Worth. So here's the deal. Here's how we ended up here. We got a phone call from this amazing Rangers team, and they said they want to present the trophy at City Hall to dignitaries. And I said, well, that's boring, right? Because the fans of Fort Worth deserve to see this amazing trophy in person, because this is our team. We've got a lot of elected leaders out here tonight that made this possible, but I have to shout out to Judge Tim O'Hare, who's in the audience, who is carrying on the tradition and the history that Judge Vandergrift started. So Tim, thank you for being here. Am I right that, Tim, you were out there for the night that we won the World Series, right? True fan, absolutely. So first of all, to the fans, you've shown up year after year after year. Some of you decade after decade after decade, because you believed in this franchise and what the Texas Rangers mean to the city of Fort Worth, to Tarrant County, to Arlington, and really all across DFW. This is the heartbeat of the Metroplex, the Texas Rangers, who are now world champions, absolutely. In April of this year, I had an incredible honor to get to throw out the first pitch alongside representatives from across North Texas at a Rangers game. That was made possible because the Texas Rangers understand the history and heritage that connects the team and, of course, with the city of Fort Worth. Most importantly, with a connection to the Fort Worth Panthers, which then became the Fort Worth Cats. Many of you may be wearing today that wonderful City Connect jersey that they debuted this season, which is wonderful. We're standing here in the famous and historic Stockyards, and you know that Fort Worth is about paying homage to our roots and respecting our heritage across the city. We also know that it's important to connect our neighbors across the Metroplex, and the Rangers truly do connect us. Just this last week, I was invited by my friend, Mayor Jim Ross in Arlington, to ride in the Rangers Championship Parade. Candidly, my right arm didn't move above my shoulder for about 3 days after throwing Cracker Jacks and beads into a crowd of 700,000 plus people. And as only baseball can do, you connect hundreds of thousands of people into one location without one mishap. Because this is America's sport, our oldest pastime, and y'all, we would not be here, of course, without the players, Texas Rangers. Without an outstanding management team, back of house that make it all happen. But today is my job to present in a very important, my very first presentation of a key to the city. Y'all think they deserve a key to the city? And it's my job to pronounce all the keys, they say, all the keys. How much beer has this table up here had? That's what I want to know. All right. I like it. We knew that would happen. It's my job to present this amazing key to Ray Davis, our managing partner and majority owner. Mr. Davis is here with us. And Neil Liebman, the president and business operations and chief operating officer. Gentlemen, let me present to you from the city of Fort Worth a key to our city.
None of y'all probably came to hear me, but I've been a Ranger fan since the ballpark at Arlington, sat in the hot bleachers, went to Arlington Stadium, got hot again in the afternoon, and it's finally here. We finally are world champions. I apologize to all the long-suffering fans, of which I'm one, that it took so long. But let me assure you, the next one won't take as long. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at a ball game this next summer. Thank you so much.
Mayor, on behalf of the Texas Rangers organization, World Champions, want to present you World Champion hat.
Awesome.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. How do I look?
Mr. Davis, Neil, Maddie, thank you guys so much. Can I borrow the key to the city for just maybe a little bit, just a couple days? I could have some real fun with the key to the city, I have a feeling. At this time, I would like to introduce the rest of our traveling party, those who haven't been recognized already, and I'm gonna have to pull up my readers. So I wanna recognize Brent Klum, who is on the Rangers Board of Directors, Sean Decker, President of Rev Entertainment, John Blake, the Executive Vice President of Public Affairs, and the man who I get the pleasure of calling my boss, Jim Cochran, Rangers EVP of Partnerships and Client Services, Karen Morris, Senior Vice President for Community Impact and does an amazing job with our Rangers Foundation, nix that, we're about to hear from those guys. So anyway, big round of applause for all those who made their way here today. Okay, almost got ahead of myself, but I do want to bring a trio or four guys, I can't count very well, a few people up here to do a little Q&A with me. We'll keep it brief, but I know there's probably some people you want to hear from, not named me, and maybe one who threw a couple pitches in the World Series. So we've got Rangers reliever / starting pitcher Andrew Heaney, come on out. I should have saved you for last, Andrew. Andrew's pitching coach and my dear friend Mike Maddox. My homie and sometimes coworker David Murphy. And my longtime coworker, one of my favorite people on the planet, Rangers Hall of Famer and Mr. Ranger himself, Tom Grieve. Okay, Tag, I want to start with you. You've been with this organization from the Washington Senators days. You've seen it all, you've done it all. What was it like Wednesday night experiencing this franchise's first ever World Series?
It's hard to explain them, but they say right before you die, your whole life flashes in front of you.
Well, don't die.
Well, when we won that game, my whole baseball life flashed in front of me. And I thought back to 1972 when we first got here. We drew maybe 600,000 or 700,000 fans. We had by far the worst team in baseball. And so none of us entertained any thoughts of what it would be like for the postseason or the World Series. We were just wondering how we were going to be good enough to stay here for the next season. But I had the same joy that everyone here felt. I'm sure some people out there, as old as I am, that, like Ray, go back to 1972. Some people that have the same time that we have invested in the team. So I had that joy. But I also felt relief, because if you've been a Ranger fan for as long as I have, worked for the team, you read and you hear, well, they've had some good teams, they've come close a couple of times, but they've never won. And so after 2011, and there were some lean seasons, you begin to wonder, was that our best shot? Was that our best team? And so then to see these guys put it together this year and win was incredible. I felt relief. And more than anything, I felt pride. Pride to be a Ranger, proud to go out among the fans, to go to the supermarket and have people know that my team won a World Series. And the last thing I'll say is I felt gratitude. I feel gratitude to Ray and Neil, Bob, and everybody that made the effort financially to make this possible, and the support. I feel grateful to the coaches, grateful to the players who every day went out there in uniform and got it done. I feel sometimes like I want to pick up the phone and call every single player and thank them. I don't even know most of them, but I'll thank Mike for an exceptional job as pitching coach. And on behalf of all the players, Andrew, I'll thank you too for an exceptional job.
David Murphy, I hate to bring it up, but like 2010 and 11, it scarred us. It scarred all of us that have followed this team for a long time. For you, as a member of those teams, to see, kind of like Tom said, to see that next step be taken, the ultimate step taken. What was it like for you as a former player?
So I don't know if I've ever been so nervous in watching a game. I actually got to do it. I did the post game for Bally Sports Southwest, and Mark McLemore was with me in the studio. And I'm really like, usually I sit back in my chair and I have maybe put my feet up or something like that. I stood up almost the whole game, and I'm eating a bag of popcorn. And Mac's like, hey, it looks like you're watching a scary movie right now. Like that's how nervous I was. So. It's hard not to have flashbacks to those memories of 10 and 11. And, I'm always going to try to spin it in a positive way, personally, or if I talk about it. How many great players out there in the history of Major League Baseball never had the opportunity to play in 2 World Series? And I got to play in 2 of them. A lot of those guys never got to play in 1 of them. We had our shot. We didn't get it done. These guys did, and they brought home the trophy. So I'm so happy for them. And then I think my mind just started rolling through a list of names of people that I was so happy for. Guys that, like Mike, that were there in 2010 and 2011. And then he's back and he wins one. Guys that you may not know their names, whether they're guys on the strength and conditioning staff, the medical staff, that their names aren't out there, but they earned that with all the hard work that they put in. And just so thrilled for, Andrew and I played together the last 2 months of my career. He was a rookie at the time, just coming up. And so just to see how great things happen to great people. And then, a guy like Nelson Cruz, it's hard not to bring his name up. I'm so thrilled that that's not the last World Series memory for the Texas Rangers, that, it's not the but Nelson Cruz conversation. What if Nelson would have been playing here? What if Nelson would have done this? No, I'm so thrilled for the guy, and how fitting was it that he retired the next day? And it's almost like, it's symbolic. As hard as that piece now, he doesn't have to worry about that, because he's the type of guy, he wasn't going to ever let on whether it bothered him or not. But as a competitor, when you're tied to that play and you're tied to a franchise that has never won it, it's easy to kind of imagine what it would be like to, day in and day out to be him. So I'm thrilled for all of my teammates. I'm thrilled for a guy like Nelson, that we're no longer a franchise that was in that 6 of we've never won it before. Now this is our trophy.
Mike Maddox. This is my Mike Maddox impersonation, with the hand on the shoulder and the hand over the mouth. Maddox, I've known you a long time. I've always wanted to ask in front of an audience, what are you saying out there to those guys when you do that?
I wish I could remember.
Well, you obviously remember what happened last week. For you, you're a baseball lifer. With this organization, as David alluded to, in 10 and 11, when we came up short, suffered that heartbreak. Then we kind of come full circle. You leave for a while, then you come back home. And here you are, a World Series champion. what was this season like for you personally and professionally?
You know, this season was fabulous. It was coming back to a place that I live. You know, Tarrant County is where we live, my wife and my daughters, and we love it here. And, you know, I stepped away for, you know, retired after the season last year, and then I was over in Scotland when Bruce Bochy was named as manager of the Rangers. Well, he had retired for 3 years and came back. I was retired for 3 days, and I said, I better rethink this. So anyway, CY reached out and gave me this pipe dream of pitchers that they would sign, and Nathan Eovaldi, Jacob deGrom, Andrew Heaney. And I said, you know, somebody's smoking some of that illegal stuff around here to think we're going to get those 3 guys, but he did. And it just set the framework for what was going to happen. And the positive influence that the front office had, that ownership had for allowing to make it happen, appreciate that very much. We started off this season, we were just knocking the cover off the ball. It seemed like every game we were scoring 10 runs. I'm like, man, we can win with this. We can win with this. But our pitching was doing okay, too, because we were winning 10-1, 10-2. And then we played all through April and May and June, and we said, man, we might not lose another game. And then we walked into August and September and said, we might not win another game. But as it came down to it, we got into the playoffs, and we were on the road. We started off, everybody knows the whole shebang there where we, you know, didn't come home for a month. But it was okay because we came home with a pocket full of wins, and we were going to clinch Game 3 against Baltimore Orioles and advance to the championship series. From there on, we just couldn't be stopped. We knew that we liked our gray uniforms with our blue tops, and we liked our gray pants with our gray tops. We just loved being on the road. And we went out there and we just kicked some tail and brought a championship back to our great fans in Fort Worth.
Okay, Andrew Heaney, I'm going to start with most of the way I start every conversation with you this season, and that's how are the girls. So if you don't know, Andrew and his wife Jordan had twin girls, Olivia and Eleanor. During the season, they had to stay in one of our wonderful hospitals here in Fort Worth, I think. Yes. And got to come home. Anyway, they're all doing great. They were on the playoff run with us. So how are the girls doing?
Yeah, they're good. They're at home. They're chilling, sleeping,
Yeah,
eating.
good,
Doing
good. First of all, congratulations, because you're coming back.
you.
Wait,
Yes.
no, wait. He's coming back. Not just, you exercised your option. You made it a point. You wanted to come back. You could have explored other opportunities. Why did you decide to stay here?
I mean, when you find a place where your family's comfortable, you enjoy showing up to the ballpark every day, you enjoy the guys that you get to play with, the staff, you know, a city that I love to be in. It's close to home for me, you know, born and raised in Oklahoma City, so you can't put a price on that. And I want to defend our title, right? I mean, I want to. You know, we did achieve the ultimate goal. We won the World Series, but you know, frankly, there's a team south of here that we didn't win the title. I think that bothers a lot of guys. Bothered me. So we still have a lot to achieve. You know, defend the title. We want to win the division, and I wanted to be a part of that.
Okay, it's funny you bring up that team down south, because I had some issues with them on social media, if anyone didn't hear. And you told me after it was Tampa, you came up to me and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm fine." And you said, "We're going to get those people for you." So that was after Tampa. It's not like that was, you know, after you were up 2-0 in the ALCS. This was after the wild card round. We're headed to Baltimore after, you know, yes, after Tampa, we went to Baltimore. It's all confusing. What was it about this team? I mean, because you basically just assumed we were going to win in Baltimore, take the DS, and then go on to the ALCS and then win the World Series. You had that confidence, it seemed like, in Tampa.
Yeah. I mean, we had a really great group of guys. Guys that came in with the same attitude. Like Mike said, we had a kind of a tough end of the regular season. We had a tough streak, and then obviously went to Seattle. Didn't finish the job there, but guys' attitudes never changed. Guys came to work with the same intensity, same mindset, same goal. And it's, when you get a group like that, nothing needs to be said, right? Like, it's just understood. Everybody there understood what the goal was, and as a group, we weren't gonna let anything stand in our way.
Okay, one more thing, and I'll let you guys go. As far as you've heard the stories, you heard Tom's story, you've heard everyone's stories. You see these fans that have been here, that have been fans of this organization for so long. Obviously, you guys are playing for each other. You're playing for your families. You're playing for the organization. But has it set in, like, 700,000 people at a parade? Like, you changed the lives of Rangers fans. I talked to Marcus right after the game, after Game 5, and he said they'll always remember us. They will always remember you and this team. What does that feel like?
I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, just for me personally, like I said, I grew up in Oklahoma City. I grew up going to Oklahoma City Redhawks games, obviously seeing a lot of guys there in AAA that were, back and forth between the big leagues. My birthday was in the summer. Every summer, my mom would let me bring a friend down here and go to a Rangers game. So, just for me, it means a lot, and to understand that I got to be a part of it, I don't know, it's just kind of surreal. It's really cool.
Yeah, awesome. Guys, thank you so much. Rangers past, present, and future. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you being here. Okay. Okay. Okay, one more little celebration. Today is Mayor Maddie Parker's 40th birthday. It's a little jarring that the mayor of my city is 6 years younger than me, but that's okay. So we have something for you. So on the count of 3, let's all sing happy birthday to our mayor. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie. Happy birthday to you. Here is a token of our appreciation. Love you, love you. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, y'all. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so proud of my city. I'm so proud of my team. Let's do this again next year.